This is the nastiest thing I've ever done. What's up and welcome back, everybody. We're here again today in my snake room. Now, we just fed with Tyler a couple days ago and there's a lot of poop in this room. Now the king cobra has some poop down below. Some other cobras have some poop. My big eastern diamondback has a huge load of poop in there. He ate a rat, like 10 pound, a huge rat. But we're here today alone. This is gonna be my first time filming alone. I have a tripod. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the tripod up with the phone and I'm gonna handle the snakes. I hope you guys enjoy. All right guys, you know the deal. Big rattlesnake equals big hook. Let's see if we can get this big girl on out and into this box so we can service her cage. Pull her on out. Now she's definitely not a happy rattlesnake, so I have to be very, very careful when it comes to handling her. Now, nonetheless, this is just a huge snake and it's a lot to handle. You physically need to be able to pick up this snake, just like when it comes to Batman, Tyler's big rattlesnake. Now this guy right here isn't as nice as Batman, but let's see if we can get him out. Woo-hoo. Look at that. Huge rattlesnake, guys. Look at that. That's a big boy. Woo. This right here is about 5 foot of eastern diamondback. Now these guys right here are the largest species of rattlesnake in the United States. She's gonna get anywhere from 6 to 8 feet long. Let's go ahead and get her in her box. All right, mama. Right in there. You wanna be super careful with these snake boxes because once they come down really hard and they can actually crush and hurt the snake. So you wanna make sure the head is back there in the box. That way, you can shut the snake box and go ahead and lock her on up. And that's how you handle an Easter boy. All right, guys, we got the diamondback's enclosure all nice and spanky clean. Let's go ahead and get her back in. Now this snake right here is nothing to take lightly. The venom on an Eastern diamondback is absolutely insane, and it's definitely a snake that can kill you. Now, this snake right here actually bit my good friend Mark McCarthy, who actually owns McCarthy's Wildlife Sanctuary. And he was specifically saying how fast this snake's strike was. And the one he got bit by was a little bit bigger than this. And that just shows you how fast a big snake like this can strike. Look at that big girl. Woo! So that rattlesnake strike was so strong, it knocked over my phone. But guess what? We got the shot and my phone screen isn't cracked, so we're all good to go. Look at that. She's gone right there back in her home. We have our pygmy rattlesnake. Her enclosure is nice and clean. We're gonna go ahead and change her water. We have the black and white banded spinning cobra, not one of Tyler's, one of mine. His cage isn't bad at all, so we're gonna leave him alone. And then we have the albino monocled cobra. Now there's a few little spots here in this cage that we have to clean, so let's go ahead and take her out now. All right, now let's see how this albino monocled cobra is doing today. Now if you guys watched Tyler's latest video, he filmed with my monocled cobra and my albino and a few other ones, but especially my pastel monocled, and this cobra was acting insane. So I highly recommend going to Tyler's channel and checking that out. All right, now that we have this snake box sitting right here ready to go, we'll just go ahead and we'll throw her in this big box because she is a big monocled cobra. So instead of throwing her in the bin, let's throw her in the box. All right, so it looks like she's deep in shed. Now you guys know this is a very, very dangerous time to handle snakes. It's when they're deep in shed like this. All right, look at that. Just a little monocled cobra. You can see her color is super dull. She's got more of a dark pink, light salmon color. But we're not gonna mess with this girl too much. She's in shed, so we'll let her be. Let's just go ahead and prop her in the box, clean her cage, and move on to the next. Now guys, don't go anywhere because we do have to clean a king cobra cage at the end of this video. We're gonna be cleaning Rusty, Taylor Nolan's king cobra. All right, her cage is clean, so, I mean, you guys already know. You know what's gonna happen. Just watch. Just watch and pray something bad never happens. Whew. The thing I love about monocled cobras, they're so darn loud. I love it. Whew. Quick little update on my baby forest cobra. Look at this guy. Such a beautiful snake, but he does have a couple little spots where there's some poop. So we're gonna take this guy on out and clean his cage as well. Look at that little guy. He is ready to go. Guys, look at that forest cobra. He is so beautiful. To the left, to the left. Looks like he's dancing. Oh my gosh, guys, look at that. Look at how high he's sitting up. All right, let's just open this up very carefully without him falling. Hold on, buddy. Look at that. Banded forest cobra. Now there's a lot of forest cobras in the hobby, but there's not a lot like this. All right, the next snake on our list is our Field's horned viper. You guys love this snake, and I also do too, just because he's so crazy. Easy, buddy. You want to be super gentle with these snakes. They're super thick bodied. There you go. And don't forget, guys, we have all these baby spinning cobras, and all these guys did eat, so you guys are going to get a chance to see these guys next up right now. But first, gotta put the Field's horned viper back in her enclosure. Look at the horns on that puppy. In you go. You don't gotta force the snakes inside of their bin. Really just point their head there and wait for them to go in on their own. All right, y'all, check out these spitters. Now, Tyler definitely bred a lot of ones with the stripe. Now, there's not too many that are banded, but these beautiful, beautiful striped babies. Now, look at this. See how these guys are a dark, washed out color? When they're older, they'll look just like this. Just like that. The white really starts to pop once they become adults, and they lose that washed out color. All right, this is another spitter. Let's check out the patterns on this guy. Woo. Uh-oh, I think he's trying to spit. Look at the circles on this one's back, though. Absolutely crazy guy. All right, we'll leave you alone, buddy. While we're working with spitters, let's go ahead and clean some of these enclosures of the parents to those babies. Now you guys can see the black and white spitter. This one who solved the puzzle actually has a little bit of poop, and it looks like this guy down here does as well. This guy in the middle doesn't. So we're gonna go ahead and clean his cage and clean his cage as well. And we'll get this down here. Hey, just don't even worry about that glass, okay? Talk to Tyler about that. That's not me, brother. All right, POV style. Let's see if we can get it done for you guys. All right, just like that. Now spitters, the key to working with spitters is don't piss them off. Get the snake out, put him in another cage. Don't really slap him around, don't drop him on the floor. And most of the time, they won't spit you in the face. Let me show you how it's done. Poop, hand, grab, done. Now, this is the reason why I add such a thick layer to these cages, because with this aspen, even if they poop on top, the pee or the poop doesn't even make it to the bottom. Makes it super convenient when it comes to handling snakes. All you gotta do, fluff up the bedding, and the spitter's good to go. It's literally like a T-Rex. Just don't move. All right, got her out. Look at that beautiful stripe. That's what all those babies are gonna look like when they're older. Freaking insane, dude. All right, guys, don't you go anywhere. We only have 2 more species of snake to clean before we clean the king cobra. All right, Snake Poop Cleaning Chronicles. Next up, we have the baby monocled cobra, and a feisty one at that. Look at this little guy, and it looks like he's in shed too, or at least going into shed. All right, buddy. Oh, easy, easy now. Look at that. Whew. Big shout out to Will Nace for hooking me up with this beautiful little baby. I absolutely love and cherish this snake right here. My first monocled cobra. I will never, ever get rid of this snake right here. All right, y'all, I just checked Kilo's cage, and he does have some poop in there as well, and his shed. The last time you guys saw him, he was deep in shed. But now he's out, so let's go ahead and bring him on out and give you guys a quick close-up look at Kilo. Dude, freaking love Kilo. I love him so much, I can't even explain. Look at how beautiful of a snake he is. But Kilo, even though he's a really nice monocled cobra, hoods up a little bit, doesn't really bite too much, but don't get me wrong, this snake will definitely bite you if he feels threatened or hurt. An absolutely huge monocled cobra. Oh, he's gonna love that nice clean enclosure. Ooh-wee. One thing I always notice about all the snakes is once I clean their enclosure, everyone goes absolutely insane. I don't know if it's the smell of the new bedding or what, but all the snakes will come out and start moving at once. All right, last but not least for our small snakes, Miss Tika, the Indian cobra. Tika looks like she's got a little bit of stuck shed. So what we're gonna do tomorrow, we're actually gonna soak Rusty and we're gonna soak Tika because both of these guys got a stuck shed. You know, Miss Tika, whoo-wee, she is fired up. She's got about just a little bit of her shed coming off. This might not be stuck shed. She just may not be ready to shed yet. But ooh, she does sure look beautiful. Tika, Indian cobra. Let's go ahead and get her in that holding cage. Come on, Tika. Good. Indian cobra Tika's cage is clean, but I'll tell you what, she's definitely pissed off. Look at this girl. She is not happy that we took her. Ooh! You guys can't see her, but you can definitely hear her. All right, let's see if we can get this girl on out. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. She is not happy. Look at that stuck shed she's got right up on her head. Ooh, this snake is a super dangerous snake. She loves to back on out of that hook. And you can see she just opened her mouth. She's trying to bite right now. This Indian cobra is not playing any games. All right, guys, all those small snakes are clean. The last snake we have to clean is Rusty, the king cobra. Now, I'm really tired, I'm sweaty, I'm exhausted, so we'll meet you guys back here in the snake room tomorrow morning to clean his cage. See you then. And we're back. Let's go ahead and clean the king cobra's cage. All right, this right here is Rusty. Rusty is Tyler Nolan's prized possession. He's his king cobra, his largest king cobra at that. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grab a hook and we're gonna pull Rusty out, and we're gonna put him right in this cage, so that way we can service his cage because it's really, really dirty. He ate like a 5-6 foot long Burmese python, so you can imagine just how much poop that is. Now remember, when you're handling king cobras, always do it in sandals. It looks like he's got a little bit of stuck shed, but look at this dude, he's like 12 feet long. This is insane. I remember when this was just a little cobra. And I gotta be very, very careful because I've never really worked with Rusty, and the last time I did was a long time ago, so his temperament and mood has probably changed. Now when an animal gets this large, sometimes they'll get a little bit more aggressive just because it's a lot of testosterone running through that snake. So we're gonna see if we can get our hands on this king cobra. All right. Now that's a lot easier. Getting my hands on Robert, watch out. Let's just go ahead. Get him right in that cage. Woo. Look at that. We literally got to stuff his tail inside this cage. This is the nastiest thing I've ever done. Mike Rowe, you need to get out here and do this. This is insane. This is literally all king cobra poop and pee. Just from one python. All I gotta say is, phew! Wish you could smell it. All right, guys. We got Rusty out with absolutely fiery red colors. Now he's got some stuck sheds, so we're gonna come back tomorrow. We're gonna give him a nice big soak. But right now his cage is nice and clean. He's got some fresh water. So let's go ahead and get him back in his cage. Now you wanna be very careful with an animal like this. You don't wanna take any chances. This king cobra can put down a bull elephant. Look at the size of him, oh my gosh. He's got to be longer than 10 feet. I mean, he's absolutely huge. All right, so the king cobra was supposed to be the last venomous snake cage we were cleaning today, but the rattlesnakes pooped as well. Now, we did wait a day to clean the king cobra, and in doing so, these guys pooped. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to take these giant rattlesnakes out and clean their closure as well. Watch this. Now, this male was acting absolutely insane last time we came in here with food, and it gave me a newfound respect for him and just how fast he can strike. This thick-bodied rattlesnake is a perfect rattlesnake to use this double hook with. Now this double hook actually helps support the snake's body weight even more, so it is literally designed for snakes like this who are super, super thick bodied. All right, guys, so we're gonna start slow. What we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and get the female out first, since she is the smaller one. We just want to give ourselves a lot more room when we're working with that big rattlesnake in the back. This right here is an Eastern Diamondback canebrake rattlesnake cross. All right, Robert, go ahead and back up. Look at that absolutely huge snake. Let's get her into that holding container. Whew. Whenever you're putting a venomous snake back, you want to close the cage and give them less of an opening to turn around and strike you. So as this snake goes in, I'm going to close the cage until there's a little gap left for his tail to slide through. This snake is so big, even the biggest of my snake hooks does not fit around the widest side of his body. So what I literally have to do is reach in there and grab that snake with my bare hands and get him into the new enclosure. All right, look at that. That just shows you guys sometimes using a hook is not always the best, but if you're gonna take that approach, you need to know what you're doing. Look at that rattle. When you're moving rattlesnakes, you want to be extremely sensitive and careful not to break off the tip of that rattle. That rattle takes a really, really long time to grow, and we don't want him to drop it. All right, y'all, all nice and clean. Let's get these bad boys back in this big enclosure. Let's go ahead and start with the easy snake again. We're gonna grab the female, throw her in there. That way we're not worried about a big, big male turning around and biting us. I got a big one, boys. All right. Look at that big mama using that double hook to support her. You guys can hear her rattling. That means she is not happy. So we're gonna go ahead and get her in this cage ASAP. Easy, mama. I'm gonna put out my arm just to support her a little bit more when she's going into that cage. And while the female's on the left side of the cage, we're gonna grab the male and enter him in through the right. Now these are the most difficult snakes, in my opinion, to handle in this room, just because they're so hard to really get on a snake hook. And to position them to grab them with your hands is even more difficult. That's the spin. An old Seminole trick. Spin right in the cage. Now when that snake's head is turning towards you, all you gotta do is spin your body and his head will slowly stop turning in your direction. In you go. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of today's video. If you enjoyed seeing me clean these snakes, seeing this king cobra and these huge rattlesnakes, don't forget, like, comment, and the most important part, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We'll see you next time.